Una just a cheat anyhow.
Holla! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, just like I promised, it's RRT day. Okay, by the way, RRT is random relationship talk, and I pick a random topic relationship related and I talk about it. So today I am going to be talking about gamophobia, which is otherwise known as commitment issues. So you need to be here when I start, okay? I interviewed like 3 of my colleagues at the office because I wanted it to be like a vox pop sort of. I didn't want to share just my view. I wanted to know why commitment issues are so prevalent in our times, especially with the youth of today. Commitment issues are a topic. I basically asked 3 of my colleagues on why they think commitment issues are a thing and if they are afraid of commitment. Commitment issues actually stem from the fear of commitment. So I asked 3 of my colleagues and this is what they had to say. All right, so what are your thoughts on commitment phobia? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you think people are afraid of commitment generally, guys and girls alike, or yeah, what do you think?
I think the main problem is the person who you want to commit to.
Okay.
To me, I'll only commit to someone who is committed to me.
Okay.
So that's just.
So do you think that you have to wait for the person's commitment first before? I mean, as a girl, I share your view, but that's what you mean, right? You have to wait for the person's the guy's commitment
I have
first.
To see that this person is committed. Yes, there will be. I will like the person, but I will not want to just
fully throw yourself in there.
Yes. So the person should show me that I'm committed to you. Then
you plunging.
Definitely.
Head on. Dive in.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Hi, Chama.
Hi, Melody.
Hola. Okay, so I'm going to need your view on commitment phobia.
Okay.
Are you afraid of commitment?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, but do you think that there's a general fear of commitment amongst the youths today, guys and girls alike? Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay, why? Why do you think so?
Because generally in this society that we live in now, there are less genuine people coming in and out every single day. So
genuine people are one of the major causes and reasons for people who have commitment phobia.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chama.
You're welcome.
All right. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, Melody.
How you doing? You look good today.
As always, as always. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to ask you a question, right? Are you afraid of commitment?
I'm afraid of.
Valid. Okay. Share. We are very eager to hear why you're afraid of commitment.
I don't want people and women to cheat on me.
Okay.
Una too cheat. I don't even know why. Una just a cheat anyhow. I saw one clip that said that side, how they call it, her side guy's number as mom.
Wow.
Una they cheat.
Okay, so hey Danny.
Hello Melody.
Hello
guys.
How are you today?
I'm doing just fine.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to ask you a question. I need your thoughts and your view on something.
Yeah, answer.
Okay, so are you afraid of commitment?
Yeah. Very, extremely.
Very straight to the
Totally.
point. Okay, we get the point.
And there's commitment.
So
Fear of being committed to
one person.
Because honestly, it gets better. And like, I feel like it's a mindset.
True.
You have to make up your mind. And then making up your mind is now the hardest thing to do before it comes to commitment. Because honestly, if you come online, you see what?
You see, I mean, the options are limited.
And then you're like, oh my God, this is pressing for me. Oh my God, Melodies, look at. And then the next one now, I'm like, again, I don't know, finally,
nice
what's going on? Yeah. So it like literally like keeps getting better and keeps getting better.
Okay.
So like it's very, 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 very hard.
Okay, so no problem. Thank you so much, Dan. We've gotten your thoughts on why you're afraid of commitment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Phew, so that was intense. All right, thank you guys. I know you guys are going to watch this video. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts with me on commitment issues, why you're afraid of commitment, and why you think commitment issues are such a thing in our time for the youths today. All right, so but then, as you know, your host with the most, not really with the most, but then your host, I'm gonna definitely share my thoughts on, why I think commitment issues are such a thing in our time today, especially for the youths of today. I'm gonna do that. First of all, gamophobia, just in case you haven't heard the word ever, I'm very pleased to be the one to introduce you to the word. You are welcome. You're welcome. Yes, so gamophobia really looks like a very big word, and I mean it is a big word. But basically it's just trying to say, or it's talking about fear of commitment, either for meaningful relationships or for marriages. So yes, that is a thing. In case you have been experiencing the fear of commitment, it has a name. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yes, it does have a name, and the name is called gamophobia, fear of commitment, fear of marriage, all those fears. I'm going to quickly share why I think people have gamophobia and why they are afraid of commitment. If this song touches you, receive your shots with all your heart. So the first thing on my list, is the fear of losing freedom. I mean, I've talked to a couple of guys, and guys, I don't mean to shade you guys. I love you, right? But then basically, because I think that when it comes to relationships, this is, like I said, this is just my thought, right? It's not widely accepted, but it's not a standard, it's not a law. This is how I think relationships should go. I mean, we're all woke and stuff, but initially, the way it used to be done in those days, relationships are spearheaded, championed by the men. The men propose, the men, initiate relationships, the men marry you, right? That's how it's done. I don't know what's going on in today's day, but that's how it was originally designed, that men are married by women and not the other way around. Like, the woman doesn't marry the man. Even though I know that women are asking guys out today, initiating relationship. Big ups to you guys that do that. But then again, yes, that's how it ought to be, or that's how it used to be. So it's really that's the line of thought, that's the area, that's the angle I'm going to be coming from, and it's going to be from the men's angle, because like I said, men champion relationships. So it seems like this commitment issues, this gamophobia really affects guys the most. Not that it doesn't affect girls, it just affects guys the most. That's what I think. So yeah, the first thing I would think that makes guys afraid of commitment is the fear of losing their freedom. I don't know what makes y'all think that one babe does not really have future ambition, and all she's here to do is to, once you guys say, I want to date you, I want to marry you, they're trying to use padlock and key to lock your destiny or to lock your life. I don't know really what makes you guys scared of losing your freedom per se. It's not, marriage is not a prison, relationships are not a cage. It's, yes, you'll be spending more time with this person, but you'll be spending more time out of will and out of desire and out of love. So I feel like if you're spending time with somebody that you really love, that's not prison, that's not a cage, that's not bondage. You are still free to be living your life. Only that you just have to think about this person that you now love the most. Like, okay, before you make decisions, you have to think about this person before you travel. I mean, it's just really simple, right? It doesn't have to be exaggerated the way you guys have exaggerated it in your mind, and it's scaring the heck out of you people. It's really just that simple. If you have to travel, right, imagine when you were a child and you were living with your parents. If you have to travel, you have to tell the people that love you the most, people around you, where you're going to, because they care about you, right? They want to know that you're safe. You want them to be at peace knowing that you're safe as well. It's just courtesy, right? It's just simple. It's not that bad. So if you're in love with somebody, or if you're in a relationship, or you're married, it's just simple, right? So hey, I'm traveling to Sokoto tomorrow, baby, or whoever it is, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, I'm traveling to Sokoto tomorrow. Now, if you guys had plans tomorrow and you're traveling tomorrow, you know that traveling is going to affect the plans that you already had. So it's not like if the person expresses the fact that, oh, you're traveling to Sokoto, you didn't tell me, what about that thing that we said we're going to do? it's just simple, right? It's not that deep. If you're going to travel to Sokoto, tell them earlier, you know, plans, or even if plans change, you know, just communicate basically, right? So it's not that deep. That's one of the reasons why I think people are afraid of commitment, or guys are afraid of commitment. Next on the list would be lack of contentment or discontentment. This is just the top on. This should have even come first. This is one of the major reasons why people, now I'm going to just mix both boys and girls alike. This is why people are afraid of commitment, because they are discontent. You hear variety is the spice of life. You can hear one of my colleagues say something about, you know, seeing someone today and seeing another person tomorrow. You never really know. My dear, calm down. Let me tell you something. Come closer. Come closer. Are you closer? Okay. There's always going to be a next person. Get it? There's always going to be a next person, a next guy, a next girl, a finer guy, a finer girl, a smarter guy, a smarter girl. You name it, whatever it is that tops it for you on your list, there's always going to be the next person who has that and more. So what do you want to do? Live your entire life jumping from pillar to post, pillar to post, pillar to post. Also, there's also the important fact that nobody's ever get this, ever gonna be 100%. Nobody's ever gonna be 100% smart, 100% beautiful, 100% handsome, 100% shapy, you name it. Nobody has it 100. Which is why I think that commitment is basically a decision issue. I spitting wisdom. Okay, so commitment is, of the fear of commitment also stemmed from, is an indecision problem, right? It's the ability to not decide and stay in indecision for as long as you would. You just stay in a limbo, and just keep going on and going on and going on and going on. So there's never anybody who is going to be 100%. You just have to make up your mind. That's the decision part here. You say, okay, I want this girl, I want this guy. With whatever, you have to have your priority list. What tops it for you? You check it, and if this person or this person's fits to an extent, 70, 80, whatever percentage it is, but never 100. Remember, never 100. Yeah, you know, if this person meets up to a large percentage of what it is that you want, you better make that decision and commit. I mean, you will not die, I promise you. Well, I don't think you die. You'll not die. You will not die. I promise you that, you know, if you ever go for what it is that you really love with sense, because sense has to be a caveat there. A lot of people do not have sense. But if you go for what you love with a sensible person, you won't die. I don't think that you will die, right? So I'm trying not to make this video so long. I have a lot of other reasons why people are afraid of commitment, but it is a fear that you need to handle as an adult, because indecision is a problem. And if you're an indecisive person, it's not just it's a pattern that you have to observe and take note of and work on. Check the important things that happen in your life and how you dodge from making decisions and hang on for as long as you can. You know, it doesn't end there. It will still follow you to a serious issue as marriage or relationships. You know, you have to commit at some point, right? So do it as early and as wise as you can, with a wise person and with all of your other reasons. But basically, you have to commit at some point. Do it early, and please do not waste other people's time, and please don't allow them to waste your time. If you meet somebody who you clearly can see has commitment issues, you are not Mike Angel Gabriel. Your work in this life is not to convince people not to have commitment issues. It's a fear that every individual has to work on themselves. So you have to meet somebody who has worked on theirs, or who is willing to work on theirs themselves. Not like, you're not a fixer, right? So work on your commitment issues. Do not let somebody who has commitment issues just tag you along. Okay, I do hope that my 2 tips have been helpful for you knowing why you are afraid of commitment and working on it. I will see you next time on RRT this time around. Thank you always for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you. Till next time.